lot of couples that come into my office for marital or couples counseling um, share a common narrative that here we are some years later, maybe it's 50 years later, and everything feels different. They've changed, I've changed, we talk different, she seems more angry, he seems more secluded, and we don't know who it is that we're living in this home with. And so they're contemplating, do we divorce or can we work through it? Is there a possibility that we can get back to who we once were? And what I tell them is, in some ways, you can rekindle the things that you maybe did earlier in the relationship. But in other ways, the fact that you guys have changed is not the problem. All people change. You met someone when you're 18 years old and you fell in love and then you married them at, you know, 28 years old. You were a different person at the time that you met them versus the time that you got married, and that never stops. So what I tell people is, no, we can't go back and put you into the mind and the body and the experiences of a different age. We can look at the things that you liked from that period of time. But what we really need to learn together is, how do couples change with one another? And that to me is the problem. We stopped changing together. We stopped evolving together in a symbiotic relationship. We eventually forged paths where I went this way and you went that way. And now here we are, and it feels like there's all this distance. And so, what we do in couples therapy is we try and forge a path back towards the center. And we start to consider, what does it look like to accept that we evolve and change? But instead of doing it apart, we do it together in conversation and in rituals of connection.